Welcome back, guys, for another episode of A Journey to Owning a Bakery. We should be planting our fields today. We've done a little bit of messing around. This is something that I've kind of been wanting to try, doing a crop rotation, getting that mod going. And it looks like just kind of played around with it a little bit, see what works, what doesn't work. And it looks like I don't know if we flip barley and wheat or whatever, if it'll change anything, but it looks like we can have a pretty good run if we do barley. And then, I mean, yeah, so it doesn't matter either way. We could do wheat and then barley, then canola, but it looks like, yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess another fun option could be, let's see, if we start with canola and maybe end with wheat. Oops, wrong way. That actually could be really good because this could be a lot of nice starting money to get us going. I'm pretty sure we're still, yeah, we're just in the canola planting season. So if we get all that done today, then we can have a really nice big cash crop to just make some money, and that'll probably give us a really solid ability to be like, all right, let's get the grain mill going. Let's get all these kind of more interesting things going on. We did buy a well, put on the property. Kind of think it fits pretty well with what we got going on. More than likely, we're going to be looking at putting maybe like a mushroom greenhouse on the field. And we might even kind of look at doing something with, let's see, let's take this apart real quick. But, sheep. Because we've got this really nice bit of land right here that currently is doing nothing for us. We're kind of thinking about probably putting the greenhouse maybe right here. And then we could do like a small sheep farm right over here. And I think that could be interesting. It could be interesting to do maybe sheep, maybe goats, maybe both, something like that. But yeah. Let's see. Unfold cedar. I know this was a little interesting when I loaded it up. Those transport wheels didn't seem to want to work for me, but it appears that they're doing the thing right now. Let's get you down. Come on. There we go. Oh, you're not all supposed to tilt. Alright, there we go. Attach that. Probably actually rather keep that. Let's do that. We can drop this just over here. Somewhere that I guess makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. We can grab that first and then come over here and grab it. Alright, that works out. Yeah, we got our little massy cedar all loaded up, ready to go from last episode. And now we're just going to get into the fields and start planting. And it should, I know the field over there, I know both of these fields will take a little while. But it's not too bad. This was kind of a nice find on the mod hub of just a somewhat decent size cedar that direct drills, kind of does it all, and also doesn't require a whole lot of horsepower. But we'll just get it all lined up here. Although we're slipping a little bit, but we'll see. Alright, let's see. We don't need to do 3 headlands, otherwise that looks pretty good. Go with cedar, get going. I think this one just has to be lowered, and then it should be on. Yep. But yeah. And today, obviously, oh no. Well, okay. I guess we're gonna do wheat first. We're gonna do wheat first. Yep. That was all a part of the plan. We're definitely gonna do wheat first. Yep. Actually, what if we put canola in the middle? That could be interesting. That could maybe mix it up a little bit. We'll do that. All right, that actually works out. We're the plan. We're doing wheat first. That was all a part of the plan. Yeah. Hopefully this works out. It does actually look like it's making my tractor slip just a little bit. I don't know if the ground is a little moist or what, but let's see. Growth, weed. Just setting up the mini map here. There we go. That'll show me how we're doing on the nitrogen. But yeah, I mean, this shouldn't take too long, and it's a little bit. Ooh, that was a little rough. Better than doing contract work anyway. That should be all right. But yeah, get the wheat in, make some money. Haven't decided if like how much time I might end up kind of skipping a little bit, just because I don't know exactly how many boring contracts I can survive. It would definitely be a little more enjoyable to be working my fields personally. Oh, that was terrible. All right, but yeah. So I don't know. Haven't figured all that out yet, but probably will skip at least a little bit of time. I don't know what contracts we actually even have right now. Okay, we do. We got a cultivating contract. That's not too bad. Yeah, we got some fertilizing ones. Some of those are actually pretty good. I might snag those if there's enough time left in the day. Technically, some of these harvesting ones, I could do some of those, but we'll see. We'll see how we feel. For now, obviously, we're just trying to get our seed in the ground. I'll actually probably increase time here just a little bit. I usually don't play on one just because that can get very slow. That should be a little bit better. There we go. But yep. But here we go. We'll be seeding for a little while, and I'll probably catch up with you guys once I finish this field. Alright, just getting this field nice and finished up. Not entirely sure what keeps happening. You're probably going to notice a little bit of an edit in this one, just where suddenly there's like a black blob on the screen. I'm sure it's probably one of the mods that I have running. I only have a few mods running, but one of them is probably conflicting with something and doing whatever. So got rid of a few of them just to see if anything would stick and I'd be able to maybe play a little smoother. But we can top up the fertilizer. I definitely had fertilizer in here. Why are we only able to do seed? Let's see. Yeah, we've got fertilizer. Let's can I close just that cover? Nope. Oh, there we go. All right, we'll do that. It worked out. All right, let's see. That field's done. I head over to this field, which hopefully should be quicker because it's not plowed, so the tractor should be able to roll around a little bit easier on it. But yeah, we'll get this nice tidied up, taken care of, seeded. I think it will actually be really cool. I mean, between these two fields, we should get a decent amount of wheat, I would think, especially like with the yield bonus. That should help quite a bit to just absolutely maximize what we've got going on. And there are a few other contracts that we might be able to do today, but we are gonna have to do this, seed it, get it all in, and then currently my only option for weeding is the little weeder that we have, so we're gonna have to do that right away because we can only handle the small weeds. So there's quite a bit on our fields that we're gonna have to take care of before we can even consider maybe getting out here. I mean, these cultivating contracts would be nice and easy to wrap up. Fertilizing ones, any of those would obviously be easy, but we will see how much time we have left in the day. I don't know how much I want to always kind of be flipping around on the kind of what speed I'm at. Usually I sit at about 5x, but sometimes I do. Like on my main save, I actually do play on 1 generally because I just have a lot more going on. But for right now, it's kind of like, I mean, the main thing here is I do want to mostly be working my fields. Contracts are definitely kind of like, oh, here's an extra little perk when it comes to money, but it's really not like the main thing that I want to be doing, that's for sure. And so yeah, we'll figure that out. It'll be a journey. But yeah, and then yeah, still just kind of working through like what other ways could we maximize? We do have some open green space just of grass that's not being used for anything. And so I definitely, a mushroom greenhouse I think will be placed somewhere. But, and then, I mean, sheep would be great. Of course, right now we're a little limited on money, so I guess it really will actually come down to like, how much can we do in a day, in a couple of days, maximize some money. Probably getting the greenhouse going first would probably be maybe the best option. That'll then require probably a different trailer to then move things around, and so just, you know, money just everywhere. But it's all good. But yeah, we'll just work away at this field, and I'll meet back up with you guys when we're done. back. Fields are done. Now it's time to hop in the weeder. Our only option. This one also, I don't think I've ever used this one before. So it'll be a little interesting to see how the tractor does with it. I had the issue with the cultivator earlier and had to switch that out. We'll see how this one does, because it is large. Horsepower wise, supposedly we are able to handle it, but that can always be an interesting reality then to actually see and face. Because yeah, it's not small, which is part of why we bought it, because it was just like, I don't really want to be here forever. But we'll see how the tractor handles it, because I could see it being a little bit of a problem. But so far, doesn't seem too bad. I'm not entirely sure what speed we're supposed to be at. Take a peek at that real quick. Seven. Alright, 7.5, 7.5. We'll see. This might not be what we stick with forever, but it's kind of interesting though, because it definitely is like supposed to be 130 horsepower. It might be maybe the weight has something to do with it. Might need to do, I don't know if I can put weighted tires on this or more weight. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out. Because yeah, it's like, the reality is it should work, but reality is not always how things end up in the game, seeing as my tires are spinning all over creation. But we'll probably painfully make our way through this field. It probably could be that having four-wheel drive would probably help quite a bit with this particular weeder, just because it's so big. But yeah, it'll probably do the job, although we are kind of going downhill right now and we're still not quite at the right speed. Maybe for the next field I might switch the weeder out for something else. It'll probably mean we go a little bit slower, but these fields aren't exactly huge. This probably was just kind of overkill in general, but it was just kind of like, I don't know, I wanted at least like one or two implements that were like, yeah, I won't be here for forever, just going back and forth. But this one definitely, I think, is pushing the tractor to its limits here. Let's see. But yeah, I don't know, it is nice having our fields, working our fields, doing our thing. It's good to have wheat in. I am kind of curious as to how that field over there will do. Crop rotation, I don't know exactly if it will account for the fact that wheat was there. I didn't have the mod set when I originally started. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do it or not, but I ended up deciding, yeah, I want to mess around with it, see how it works. And so I hope that it doesn't account for the fact that wheat was already there, because I'm sure that would hurt the yield, but hopefully it will still give us a good yield. I don't know if this first one will quite give us like the 120%. I assume it'll be from here on out, we'll get a good chunk of a bonus. And then with this particular field, I'm not sure if it, I turned the tram lines off now, but I don't know. I seeded before I turned them off, so I'm assuming I'm probably gonna have tram lines on this field, which I don't necessarily want, mostly because I think they're kind of just overdone in the game. I've seen plenty of real tram lines, and they're designed for narrow tractor tires and whatnot, but in this game, the tram lines look like they are for the absolute widest tire that you can put on like a dump truck or something. And so it's just kind of like, I don't really want to lose like a couple hectares of crop because you did not spend the time to actually code in real tram lines. And so yeah, I don't generally mess with that too much on my own saves. I tend to turn it off, and definitely planning on turning it off for this go around as well, just because it's a little ridiculous. Oh, definitely overshot that a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. It's like it's really not that bad speed-wise for the amount of ground that I'm covering, but it does feel a little ridiculous. Kind of just feels like I'm mostly spinning, especially going up this hill. And so, and that's, I don't know, this whole map, the fields are kind of just on these nice, gentle rolling hills, which aesthetically is really cool. It does kind of make for interesting tractor implement situations. I guess one option, I don't know, maybe do I try this with the Unimog? That could be interesting. Maybe we'll give that a go on this next field. Maybe we'll give the Unimog a try. I think that one has 155 horsepower in it. So like technically speaking, it has enough, and it should have four-wheel drive, so that could be interesting. That'd actually be really cool if that works out. And give the Unimog something else to do. I know some people end up kind of abusing the Unimog in the early rounds because it's just kind of like you can get a lot of horsepower for pretty cheap, and it does a pretty good job. I mostly just use it for carting trailers around and stuff like that, but it is entirely possible, I guess, that maybe we'll actually give it a little bit more use for this go around. But yeah, I think that's probably what we're gonna do. We'll finish this round up, we'll get in the next field, and we'll speed through that one real quick. Alright, there we go. Field's weeded, taken care of, doing everything that we need to for our stuff. Probably just gonna get just about everything put away, and then pretty good chance that, I don't know, I might do a kind of more brief, more just time-lapse episode of just running around and doing contracts, but probably not gonna just show that as much. I'm just going around being slow. I don't know. We'll see. I might do a little bit of a real episode depending upon if there's something else interesting that I could do. But more than likely, we're going to grab the cultivator and the fertilizer and just kind of start going around and doing whatever we can do to make a little bit of money. The ultimate goal with that will actually be to probably get the like mushroom greenhouse and try and get enough for that's actually not bad. That fits pretty nicely in there. See if I can actually get the fertilizer spreader out though. But get the mushroom greenhouse going, and then obviously try and get, oh nice, there we go, the I think the sheep over here is going to be a really cool idea of just making a little bit of extra money and also like diversifying the farm just a little bit and kind of giving us something else that we can do, something else we can sell. I don't know. I might do auto load, might try my hand at doing some front load work. That would require another trailer, so at least at the beginning it'll probably just be auto load, which I know will be a little less immersive and a little less boring. But I don't know, I've just seen people painstakingly load pallets and stuff like that, and I don't know, it's not really something that I enjoy, so we'll probably just stick to auto load. But for now, that's it. Catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching. See ya.